What's going on, people? Welcome to United View. Welcome to the preview for our away trip to Villa Park to take on Aston Villa. The fight for fourth. Time to grab fourth. Time to take it away from them and time to show that we're serious about finishing in the top four. It's as simple as that. It is as simple as that. Aston Villa on a bit of a bad run right now. If I look at the form table, you know what I mean? Mixed bag. 2 wins in the last 5, 1 draw, 2 losses. Bit of a mixed bag from them. But at home, you know, Newcastle beat them up 3-1 or 3-0, was it? Chelsea just gone there in the FA Cup, beat them up 3-1. We beat them at home. You know, look at how they played. High line. We got chances. Come back. Listen, it's a big game. I know our away record against the teams in the top
not
four
great.
is not good, though.
It's not great.
It's not great.
Not
but
great.
Get involved. Smash a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. And get in the comments section and let us know why. I'm going to put words in your mouth. Yes, I am going to put words in your mouth. Let us know why you think we're going to beat Villa. Because we are.
It's very strong words,
Yes,
Fleck. I mean,
yeah,
I think, you know, Eric Ten Hag said eras come to an end. And so do negative runs come to an end. And that a big away victory, hopefully it's coming. I mean, look, if this was a few weeks ago, we'd be like, Villa away. I don't know. Villa don't lose at home. But like you said, kind of changed a little bit recently, hasn't it? Newcastle, Chelsea. They lost to Chelsea, Flex. Chelsea, rubbish Chelsea. We can do it. It's possible.
100%. How are we going to do it, though? There's no Leacher now. We know there's no Leacher now. There's talk Luke Shaw coming straight in at left centre-back. Obviously, we don't know that to be 100% true. Dallow's been really good at right-back. Do you bring Wan-Bissaka back in out the cold? Or do you just go with Maguire and Varane and go, right, we'll be all right with that and keep Luke Shaw left back with the balance with Marcus Rashford, build up that, keep that relationship going.
Wan-Bissaka,
that's
the problem. That's the problem. It's Wan-Bissaka not being available. That shift to move Luke Shaw to centre-back.
Oh, yeah, he's not available, is he?
Yeah, that's the problem with Wan-Bissaka. Wan-Bissaka was in training and then he dropped out of training. Well, after training complained of a problem and then suddenly that kind of shuffling of the pack becomes more difficult because we've got 2 available fullbacks, which is the left and the right back. So I think Shaw moving to centre-back becomes a little bit less likely, I think, which leads to the question, do we go back to the partnership that Eric Ten Hag said earlier on this season we could never do? We can't do it, Flex.
Yeah.
Can't do it. Rafael Varane and Harry Maguire. I guess it would be those 2. And interestingly enough, for a person that can't play at left centre-back, what's the stat today? That he's the most 2-footed defender in the Premier League, something like that, Rafael Varane. I saw that stat. I mean, I think I'm paraphrasing that a bit. The point being is they were saying that he's good with both feet, which is the opposite, really, of what Eric Ten Hag's saying, isn't it? So yeah. I think they'll both play together. And I think the back 4 will be Shaw at left back, which is good for Rashford because the link-up play is strong, isn't it? The link-up play is strong. And look, Dallow's doing very well at right back. He's having a bit of a connection with Alejandro Garnacho as well. Yeah. So I think that would probably be the back 4. And I forget who it was. I remember this time around sort of last Sunday, there was people on the channel screaming for consistency or something like that. I forget it. I forget, you know, consistency of team lineup and all that kind of stuff. Flex. Maybe he wants to pick as close to a consistent back 4 as he possibly can. Yeah.
It was Wajid and Jordan. I can't remember the other guy's name, but yeah, consistency.
Yes.
I know. Let's talk about top end of the pitch. Rasmus, 5 in 5, 5 alive.
Do you think he'll make it? Do you think he'll get 5 in 5?
Yeah, I do. I'm gonna say yeah, man. I'm gonna be positive, bro. I'm gonna be positive. Villa give us a lot of chances. I think that the way they play, they wouldn't have changed from the last time we played. They're not going to be more pragmatic. They're not going to sit off. They're not going to change their formation. They're not going to change anything. If anything, they're going to want to bounce back and be aggressive. They're going to be on it, and we have to match that at Villa Park. Because we have the chance to put them in sort of like a mini free fall, you know. For being honest, like they're dropping down the table. They're 8 points ahead of us.
See them as a bit of like a Leicester City. You know, like Leicester City had like 2 seasons where they were constantly in the top 4 and they never made it. And yeah, they won an FA Cup final, but people were like, Leicester now are like an established, not top 6, but like top 7, top 8.
They were for a couple of seasons. They were, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, they were,
and they're on that trajectory. Unai Emery has made them that competitive where you have to say,
that's what I mean.
They're in.
Are they like that? But obviously, the big travesty with Leicester was that they really made it count for nothing because they didn't get Champions League, and now they're in the Championship as well. So, as you mentioned,
they did get an FA Cup, and
it's true.
and you know, got Europe as well though. They got Europe.
But do you think they'll be happy with that now that they're in the Championship?
No, but that was the money thing messed them over though, didn't it? They couldn't remember the last season under Rodgers. Villa are very wealthy. They've been putting a lot of money into. I think they're a lot more secure than Leicester ever have been, and Leicester built a new training ground as well. True. So they got a lot. They got a lot out of when they were in that good mode. You know, if you ask Leicester fans, for most of it, I know they were on cloud nine because they won the Premier League in their history.
Yeah.
But on top of that, to win the FA Cup against Chelsea, wasn't it? Or was it Man City?
It was. Who's it? City.
Tielemans scored from far.
Brilliant goal.
Great goal. What's that against Chelsea?
But the point being is, I think maybe that Leicester had thought in that period of time, look, we're in the top 4 all the time. We'll get in the Champions League. And they didn't. And to circle it back to Villa, my point is that just because you spend a long amount of time in the top 4 and just because you do 2/3 or 3/4 of the season great, it doesn't mean anything. It's where you finish. No. It's where you end up. And that's what we need to focus on as Man United fans this season. We've been rubbish. Most of the season,
it doesn't matter. Rubbish. Forget that.
We've not been in the top 4. We've not been in the top 4 or really even that close. But we can still end up there. And if we are going to end up there, we got to win on Sunday.
And if we lose, I will say this: lose and it's over.
Really?
I'm saying, lose and it's over. It's too much points to topple. We've all played the same amount of games, 23 games. Forget Man City. Villa are on 46 points. We're on 38. I make that 8 points. Yeah, 8 points.
My maths flex. I mean, I've single digits hour sleeps.
Yeah, 8 points. 8 points. Yeah,
8 points.
Yeah, we're 8 points, right? If we lose, will be 11 points behind 4th place, and we still got to get ahead of Tottenham as well. We're only 6 points behind them, so we're chasing 2 teams. But the team that's furthest away from us, we can't. It's one thing not capitalizing if they win a game and they pull further away, but for them to directly beat you. That can't happen. That can't happen. We cannot be 11 points behind 4th. Too much. Yeah. Even around you. You got to beat the people around you. So look at that. Villa are only 3 points off Arsenal. That's crazy. But anyway, but and like I said, 6 points off Spurs. Spurs are playing Brighton at home. I've got them down to beat them. I think they'll beat Brighton. Deserve hype and all that.
That's an interesting one. But I wouldn't be shocked if that went the other way.
Yeah, no, you wouldn't be shocked.
Would you if like Brighton went there and they won 3-1? Would you be shocked by that?
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't be shocked with any type of result. It's gonna be carnage. But I just think Tottenham are gonna win. I just think Tottenham will win it. Might be 4-3, might be 3-2, might be crazy. But I think Tottenham will win. So let's just we have to keep pace. And we back to the Villa thing. If we lose, top 4's over for me. Too big a gap. 11 points is too much.
Yeah. I mean, I think, like we said, you've got to, in this period now what we're at, it's almost shocking that we're still in the conversation. I mean, we're on the periphery of it, but we're in the conversation of we can get top 4 this season. That is possible. But
we need the other teams to drop points, but yeah.
But the thing is, that will happen. That's the thing too. That will happen. They will drop points because the way it usually works in the Premier League is you get the top 2, in this case this year, top 3. They're the most consistent. They're the ones going for the title. And then the rest of those spots, it's just the best of an inconsistent bunch. Who can be the most consistent out of an inconsistent bunch, basically? Now, United, I mean, the key word this season has been inconsistency, not just in terms of week to week. I'm talking minute to minute. We've been inconsistent, right? But I mean, the senior United sources have been saying that there's been a mini revival in recent weeks. I'm not calling it a mini revival. I'm not calling it vindication for, Old Trafford executives backing Ten Hag or anything like that. I'll start looking at it as vindication if we can pick up results like going to Villa Park and win, because that's when you say, right, I don't think earlier on in the season we would have got that result. That's a significant result for us in the grand scheme of things. The roadmap to getting into the top 4 this season is beating those above us. And also, when those around us slip up, and they will slip up, we have to take advantage. And we need to get a little bit lucky because we will slip up at certain points. And we need to we need to take advantage of that.
Yeah, and we need to get a bit of space. I mean, Brighton are one of them. Brighton and West Ham are still, within one game of us. If we lose and they win, they could go above us. Do you know what I mean? If Brighton win, they're on 35. Oh, no, we're on... Yeah, they're on 35. They're 3 points behind us. We're on 38. if we lose and Brighton beat Spurs, Brighton
we can drop down quickly. We can.
That's what I'm saying. It's so tight.
Yeah,
Newcastle on 33 would take more than one result, but you get my gist. We just beat West Ham. West Ham play Arsenal.
Yeah.
West Ham beat Arsenal and we lose to Villa. West Ham just go back on top of us. Like,
well, and also
it's just going to keep doing that.
You forget with that. That's why last week was really significant too, because I saw people going into the match, what's going on? We're like, I think at the time before the kickoff, we were like 8th in the league. But oh, it's February and United are 8th. But then you sort of go, well, but we won the match. Now we're up to 6th. Like it's that tight and interchangeable.
Game by game.
And
the only way that changes is if you put a run together.
Exactly. If you win, you'll go up. But if you lose, you will go down fast. So that's why you've got to win. These are important matches. These are crucial matches. Playing West Ham, who were above us last week, beat them, go above them. Playing Villa above us this week. If we beat them, we're not going to go above them, but we'll close the gap. Is what we want to do.
Close it to 5 points, mate.
That's the way. If we're gonna get Champions League football, which if we ended up with Champions League football at the end of this season, it'd be a minor miracle considering how bad we've been and how far off it we've been. To say that we could possibly be the 4th best team in the Premier League, and I know standards, but to say that we could be the 4th best team in the Premier League as of right now, you'd laugh at that.
It's mental. But these are the sorts of games where when you look at them like numerically, you could either be 11 points off top 4, you could be 8 points off top 4, i.e., as you were because you drew, or you could be 5 points off top 4. There's so many different connotations of the swing that it could be and why we cannot lose. And I'll tell you now, hearing 11 points off top 4 is demoralizing. We ain't making that up.
That's why you're saying if we lose, it's done.
It's over. It's over, bro. It's over because not only will we need to rely on Villa to sort of lose 3 games, which I'm not saying they won't do to the end of the season. Of course they will. But we need to make up those 3 games at the same time. Too much to do. We're not consistent enough. Whereby, if we get it down to 5 points, we'll be in the ascendancy. And if you can go and beat Luton, you know what I mean? Then you're starting to not dream, but I'm just saying you're starting to sort of say, well, we can do something. So,
do you think we'll really notice the Leach absence? Do you think we'll be like, I tell you what, I know he's only back for a couple of matches, but damn, makes a difference.
Well, in terms of like the passing out through the thirds and how calm he is, we will. But we cannot get too wrapped up in that. We have won games before with Maguire and Lindelof playing, or Maguire and Varane playing, or Varane and Lindelof, or Maguire and Evans. Or what? We've won games without Leacher before, is what I'm saying. It's not the same. It's not as easy, but that could be a big difference, though.
Here's one. Do you think we're a bit too cocky, a bit too confident? Because, and the reason I say that is because despite winning 3-0 in the last game, there were plenty of people afterwards going, didn't play well. We weren't very good. Yeah. I won a 3-0 game. Do you think that some of us are too optimistic, being like, well, beat West Ham 3-0? Of course, we can go Villa Park win that game. Or should we be a bit more worried and pessimistic?
Listen, with this team, we should always be worried. Yeah, I get that. But I'm saying be positive. I'm saying at what point, we've got Rasmus. We're scoring goals again. We're making chances again. Like we get so bogged down with the negatives, and I know the negatives are real. I'm the biggest advocate of the negatives. I always am. We're going to concede now, or I don't trust us, and this, that, and the other. And that is around the corner. But at the same time, there are positives. Casemiro and Kobe look good together in midfield. Garnacho's in form on the right-hand side. He's getting assists. In the last few games, he's got like 4 goals.
Yeah.
And however many assists. Rasmus Højlund's getting assists and goals. There's reason to be put. These guys are in a good mood. They're in a good moment. So if we can't get behind them, we're in a good mood and a good moment to say, Villa, who off the back of 2 home defeats, pressure. We go there and get the first goal. Pressure. Yeah. Pressure, man.
And also, we've got into our last couple of games, we've gone into going like, I don't know about this. Wolves away, everyone went, we're going to lose that. And we won.
Yeah,
we nearly didn't win
2-1. And we should have won it comfortably, though.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
And I know coulda, woulda, shoulda, but 2-0 up at half time, I'm going, I don't know what I was scared about. Yeah. But I know what's happening.
West Ham was kind of the same, wasn't it? Before the game,
I wasn't happy in the first half.
But no one, before West Ham, no one's going, we'll win 3-0 today.
No.
I mean, KG said we'll score 3 goals, which is actually incredible. weren't thinking about it. He didn't commit to a win, loss, or a draw, but he said 3 goals. And there you go. But he did change that. He said 4 on the day, but I'll let him off because it's pretty good. But the point being is not many people were saying, oh, yeah, 3-0 against West Ham at home. So why not? Why can't we go to Villa Park and be like, yeah, go win?
I'm going with time to grab top 4 and Rasmus Højlund 5 alive, mate. That's what I'm going for.
Yeah. I'm saying my prediction is Manchester United will win at Villa Park. And do you know why, Flex?
Why?
Because we have to.
Yeah. We can't lose. If we do draw, it's a bit okay.
Every game's fun. Every game's fun.
Yeah. The draw, I'm not having a draw. If we're serious about getting top 4, you have to go Villa Park and win. I'm sorry. I know if we do draw, it's not the end. I'm not going to say it's over if we draw. I'm not going to say that. But it is definitely over if we lose. Top 4 over.
If we win, it doesn't mean we're in top 4 by any stretch
of
the imagination.
It means top 4 is definitely on.
We can still screw it up. Yeah. It's not like
positive vibes only. Vibes only.
But it's every game's a final. Ten Hag said it. It's just a case of, let's make sure that our final record last season was 50-50. So that kind of is like our chances going into the game, to be honest with you. But I'm predicting a win, Flex. A win.
Predicting a win. Are we doing scores, or do we just go with win, lose, or draw?
Scores. That is an interesting one. Do I think we'll keep a clean sheet?
Would you dare say a clean sheet? 1-0 and get out?
I would not. No, I don't think that really happens.
Done it against West Ham.
I'm just thinking
about how you can get a clean sheet.
I'm just thinking. Because if before the Wolves games, you went, we'll win by 1 goal, you'd have been like, that's probably about right. But it doesn't really tell the story of the game at all, does it?
No, and the 3-0 against West Ham is a bit weird as well.
We will win by 1 goal. But we will not keep a clean sheet.
Yeah.
In fact, I'll give you a scoreline, actually. I will. I'll go out on an extra bit of a limb. We'll win 2-1, and we'll go 2-0 up. And Villa will score in the last 10 minutes, something like that.
Yeah, we've got to score first. We're going to win this game. I can't see us coming back.
We'll score first and score multiple. Yeah.
I think it will go 1-1, and then we'll get second. I think we'll win 2-1 as well.
Højlund winner again?
Højlund brace.
Oh.
Højlund brace. 6 alive, not 5 alive.
6 and 5. Forget 5 and 5. 6 and 5
6 and 5.
6 and 5.
Guys, that's the like of the video.
6 and 5. Top 4 hopes alive.
Let us know what you're saying. Are we smoking crack? Or are you on board? Are you on board, man? Let us know. Too much negativity. Let's go. We're going to win. We're going to do this. Take care. Peace.